This is TechCrunch.
Nvidia, the world's most valuable company, reported another quarter of sustained sales growth in its earnings statement Wednesday, with $46.7 billion in revenue, a 56% increase compared to the same period last year. That growth was largely fueled by AI-dominated data center business, which saw a 56% year-over-year increase in revenue. Nvidia also saw its net income grow substantially since last year. The company reported a net income of $26.4 billion in the second quarter, a 59% spike since the same period last year. All told, the company brought in $41.1 billion in revenue from data center sales in the quarter, suggesting that AI companies' demand for cutting-edge GPUs continues to grow. The company's most advanced generation of chips, Blackwell, accounted for $27 billion of those sales. Blackwell is the AI platform the world has been waiting for, said CEO Jensen Huang in a statement accompanying the release. The AI race is on, and Blackwell is the platform at its center. Huang said that the company expects to see $3 to $4 trillion in AI infrastructure spending by the end of the decade. $3 to $4 trillion is fairly sensible for the next 5 years, he told one analyst. The company made particular note of its role in the launch of OpenAI's open-source GPT-OSS models earlier this month, which involved processing 1.5 million tokens per second on a single Nvidia Blackwell GB200 NVL72 rack-scale system. The earnings also gave a look at Nvidia's ongoing struggle to sell its chips in Chinese markets. The company reported no sales of its China-focused H20 chip to Chinese customers in the past quarter. Nvidia did report $650 million worth of H20 chips had been sold to a customer outside China. The United States has long restricted sales of advanced GPUs to Chinese customers, but the geopolitical situation has changed significantly under President Trump. The company is now permitted to sell chips to China as long as it pays a 15% export tax to the U.S. Treasury, as a result of an unconventional arrangement that legal scholars have described as an unconstitutional abuse of power. On the earnings call, Nvidia CFO Colette Kress made clear that the lack of shipment was a result of uncertainty around the arrangement, which has not been officially codified into a federal regulation. While a select number of our China-based customers have received licenses over the past few weeks, Kress said, we have not shipped any H20 devices based on those licenses. Still, the Chinese government has officially discouraged the use of Nvidia chips by local businesses, leading the company to reportedly halt production of the H20 chip earlier this month. Nvidia said it expects $54 billion in revenue in the third quarter. The company noted that its outlook for the third quarter, which could shift 2% in either direction, doesn't include any H20 shipments to China. When Max Keenan joined Y Combinator's summer 2022 batch, he was working for Aurelian, a company that automated appointment bookings for hair salons. But less than a year later, a conversation with one of his clients led him to a far more significant problem. A nearby school's carpool line was constantly blocking the parking lot of one of Aurelian's hair salon clients. The salon owner called the city's non-emergency line and was put on hold for 45 minutes before reaching a dispatcher. She called me into her office afterwards and was like, Max, do you want to help me out? Keenan told TechCrunch. When he started to research how municipal non-emergency response call centers work, he discovered that they are often handled by the same people who are answering actual 911 emergencies. Aurelian pivoted to building an AI voice assistant that helps 911 call centers offload non-emergency call volume. The company announced on Wednesday that it raised a $14 million Series A led by NEA. The company's AI voice agent is designed to triage non-urgent issues like noise complaints, parking violations, and even stolen wallet reports. Situations that don't need an officer's immediate response or can be handled without dispatching personnel to the scene. Aurelian's AI is trained to recognize a real emergency and immediately transfer those calls to a human dispatcher, Keenan said. In other situations, the system collects key information and either creates a report for or relays the details directly to the police department for follow-up action. Since launching its AI assistant in May 2024, Aurelian has been deployed at more than a dozen 911 dispatch centers, including those serving Snohomish County, Washington, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Kalamazoo, Michigan. Emergency call centers are adopting Aurelian largely because they are consistently understaffed, a direct result of dispatching being a high-pressure job that ranks among the top 10 industries with the highest turnover rates. Emergency dispatchers are often asked to work overtime, with reports of 12 to 16-hour workdays in certain counties. Keenan said, "The reason why we're most focused on 911 is because it's the industry that has this pain point most acutely. We think that these telecommunicators should have a chance to take a break or go to the bathroom." Mustafa Nimuchwala, a partner at NEA, said, "One of the things that blows my mind, you're not replacing an existing human being, you're replacing a person they wanted to hire but couldn't." Aurelian isn't the only AI startup tackling non-emergency calls. Hyper, which raised a $6.3 million seed round, came out of stealth last month. Prepared, a company founded in 2019, also recently added an AI voice solution for emergency response. But Aurelian believes its product is ahead of the competition. According to Nimuchwala, Aurelian is the only company actually deployed and handling live calls. That's it from TechCrunch. For more tech stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.